Riley, can we please have a one-word prompt?
Pizza pie.
Pizza pie. That's 2 words. That's okay. We'll do it. Here we go.
You said it fast enough.
3, 2.
You just say it fast enough. It's a pizza pie. That's all one word, really. Is a pizza pie. That's one
Is a
word.
pizza pie. If you say it fast enough, it's like it's a piece of pie,
Yeah.
or it's a piece of pie.
Pizza pie. I was just giving Riley here is going to be moving to New York, and I was giving him the address to Best Pizza in Brooklyn, which is very hard to Google. So I had to look it up on my phone. I've saved it into my contacts because if you Google Best Pizza New York City, you're not going to find it.
Hey, that's a good cliffhanger. We'll get to that in just 1 second. But hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your hosts, Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
This is the show where we talk over TV shows and movies as chosen by our guests. And this week we're watching a TV show for the first time in a while. It's Gravity Falls, but specifically the Summerween episode. I almost said Halloween.
Episode 12.
Episode 12, season 1. But we need to know, Siege, what is the best pizza in New York City, according to you?
The best pizza in New York City probably is Best Pizza or Joe's, I think it is.
Oh, that's what you meant by hard to Google. I understand now.
Yeah,
Hard to understand, too.
The restaurant is literally called Best Pizza. There's a big sign on front, and yeah.
They probably predate search engine optimization.
Yeah,
So.
I think it has been around for a bit.
Yeah.
Frank Pinello. The best pizza in Chicago, I was also talking about this pre-record. 5 Squared, calling it. Come at me. 5 Squared, Detroit style.
Oh, Detroit style. I like New York style. I think that's my favorite, actually.
Did you just,
The
was
thin-
that a tone
the
of
thin crust
disgust?
with the big V. And Detroit style, yeah. It's like, what? Is it just got pollution in it? Like, what? I don't know. It doesn't sound very good.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
Shots fired, Detroit.
Is that a hot take? I don't know. Yeah. I actually do like Detroit style. It's like somewhere in between deep dish. But
Good.
Not deep dish. Yeah, it's good. I just don't like
not
square
deep dish
cut.
at all.
I think that's my biggest thing is I don't like square cut.
What about tavern style square cut?
A little crispy.
And yeah, like Rosati's, Tortorici's,
Actual
wings.
Chicago style.
Yeah.
Too crunchy.
No?
Man,
Too
You're-
crunchy?
Ted,
You don't like texture? You just want mush. You like mush pizza.
I want flop. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
So mush.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
There's no structure.
Look, I grew up on Domino's Pizza, so yeah, mush. Yeah.
have,
So bad.
I forget if you guys have done on this podcast the movie Hitman with Glenn Powell. Have you guys have you guys
No.
seen it?
I
not yet.
started it and turned it off after a while.
Well,
Really?
there's a line in it where he says, like, someone asks him how's the pie, and he says all pie is good pie, and that's my
That is
take
good.
on pizza pie. All pizza pie is good pie, unless it's from St. Louis. Then it's not pizza. It's cheese on cracker. That's real bad crispy pizza, Ken.
If you're
Really?
from Detroit or St. Louis,
Yeah.
turn off this episode.
Yeah. Sorry.
I want to have. I'll be in St. Louis in March, so a long time from now. But I want to try that pizza. I've heard a lot about it.
Just a lot.
Yeah, I would say it's
I don't know.
differing
Doesn't sound
opinions.
good.
It's talked about.
Yeah, it is talked about.
Huh.
I think the people that grew up there love it. Other people hate it.
That's fair. It just doesn't have sauce. Is that what it is, or like what?
Yeah, it's
It's a weird cheese too.
It's a weird cheese. I'm not gonna imprint my opinion too much on CJ. I want him. I respect that you do want to try it, CJ. So I hope you enjoy it. It just means you don't have taste buds if you do.
It's Provel cheese.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know what that is. But hey, look, the voice you've been hearing is Riley. We said it, but let's give her a proper introduction. Riley's back. Welcome
Hey,
back.
Riley.
Thank you guys. It's great to be back. Great to talk with you guys and see your faces again. How's it going?
Yeah.
Great
it's
to
been a
talk
little bit.
smack
I
about
missed
pizza.
you. And Smack talk smack about pizza. Yeah.
I do know that I've been on the podcast since your wedding, Ken. But congrats on 11 months of your nuptials. By the way, close to it.
Wow.
You're getting close to a year.
That's
Congrats.
right. Thank you. Yeah. The anniversary's coming up. It's exciting.
Anything planned? Putting you on the spot?
Nope.
Did you plan anything? You better have planned something.
Not yet. I got a month. I got a little time. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
It's not like your wife listens to the podcast. She's not gonna know. You
She
don't have any
legitimately does not really listen to the podcast. Although you're on this one, so maybe she will. I don't know.
plans? Ooh, true. But yeah, no, I'm happy to be here, guys. And also, when you said it's the first TV show in a while, I feel like this is the first time I'm talking about a TV show on the Overtalking podcast in a while.
Yeah,
for sure. It's been movies at least on my episodes for a while. So yeah, nice to be back in the episodic chair.
yeah. We don't do a lot of TV shows, or people don't like pick a lot of TV shows. I think it's just because like it's hard to talk about it as like a whole. Although I think feel like this show it's okay because it's like, you know, there's not a large overarching story, or maybe there is. I've only seen this episode, so I don't know. But I do want to watch more based off of this, at least. But
Hey, good to hear.
yeah, like yeah, I don't know. It's usually hard to talk about just one episode. Although I am excited to talk about Summerween for sure.
I'm excited to talk about Summerween too, especially with you, Ken, because I mean.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like I think you almost called it the Halloween episode earlier this episode, which I think it's just such a great idea of, you know, we have like, oh, Christmas in July and like, you know, all these like summer adopted kind of versions of holidays, but like Summerween really is like I love that idea, and I think we should start celebrating it.
Yeah, I feel like you knew your audience when you picked this specific episode. It was like I turned it on. I was like, oh, okay, I know why.
Do you want to fill in, CJ, why you chose this episode? Do you remember why? How we got on this topic?
It was something on your Instagram, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I posted
and like
something, but I didn't know what it was referencing. It was something for Summerween, and they were like carving a watermelon.
Yeah,
and you're like, yeah, we should do this episode.
So because you posted it, I assumed that you had seen Gravity Falls, but obviously you just love watermelons. That's why you posted it, right?
Because of watermelons, right? Yeah.
But no, it reminded me of how much I love Gravity Falls. Like this is I know there's the 30-second thing, but you know, it's a Disney XD show that, you know, was debuted in like the 2010s, and like I caught this like kind of like right after like graduating from college, like during like you know, those summers when I was like working, living at home, and like hanging out with my hometown friends, like who were also living at home, and we were like hanging out watching Gravity Falls, and like we discovered this kid show. We were like, hey, you know, it's like recapturing our youth a little bit, but also like it's a really clever and funny show, I think. So I've recently found myself in like kind of a show hole, as people in today's day and age are wont to do. And I was like, oh, I need a you know, a 20-minute laugh, you know, kind of half pay attention show. And I was like, oh, Gravity Falls, let's get back into this. And then you said the Summerween thing. I was like, oh, this is too perfect. So I'm glad you guys got to go with me on my rewatch.
Yeah, I'm excited. But look, we gotta take a quick break before we dive fully in, even though we're already pretty deep. But we'll be right back on the Overtalking Podcast.
Here we are, the Summerween Superstore.
Wait, summer what?
Summerween! The people of this town love Halloween so much they celebrate it twice a year. And wouldn't you know it, it's today.
Do you always carry that calendar in your pocket?
Yes.
Summerween? Something about this feels unnatural.
There's free candy.
To the costume aisle!
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast, joined once again by longtime guest Riley, and we're talking about Gravity Falls, specifically the Summerween episode. Riley, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe, for someone who's not yet seen Gravity Falls, and I guess specifically this episode, what it's all about.
Ready, go.
Gravity Falls is a lovely Disney animated television program. It's about two twins, Dipper and Mabel. They're 12-year-olds who spend the summer at their great uncle, their grunkle, Stan's mystery shack in like the Oregon woods. He's like a shyster. He's like a scam artist. You know, like it's a tourist trap place, and they work there. But there's a bunch of fantastical and magical and hilarious things that pop up in Gravity Falls. It's a weird place, and the Summerween episode is when they celebrate Halloween.
Time
In the summer.
And hilarity ensues.
It's a very funny show. Very clever. Like this is going to be very high praise, but you know, I would say, and I can say this because it's my last name, it's like almost on the level of like The Simpsons in terms of like, you know, visual gags and just like just like that really kind of whip smart, like, and almost like earnest kind of feel to it. And like older Simpsons episodes, before like the dawn of like the Family Guys, the Cleveland shows, like all the animated shows that we watch today. But yeah, Gravity Falls is just it's just a nice little program. I love it.
When you were talking about like a show hole, which I think that's the first time I've heard that term before, but I like
Really?
it. Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't heard that either. I like it though.
I'm currently sort of flip-flopping between regular show, which was on Cartoon Network, and the sort of adult version of regular show, if you will, Close Enough, which
I've not heard of Close Enough, actually.
It's the same dude that created it. The main character even looks like him in real life, but it also has Jason Mantzoukas, which is a lot of fun. But it's instead of like animals and weird characters, it's actual human beings that he's like a parent. They have a kid together, but they share a house with a couple other characters. But it's also like 11-minute episodes, quick, bizarre, funny stuff.
Jason Mantzoukas, and I have a something related to Gravity Falls in this vein, but I just want to say Jason Mantzoukas is one of the best voice actors we have working in animation, or in America today. He's got such a great voice. Oh
yeah,
such
one
a
of the
great
best
yell.
Comedians in general.
Yeah, he's on Invincible too.
I guess he has that side gig. I guess he has that side gig, CJ. Moonlights as a comedian, but in my heart, he's always an animated voice actor.
Yes, yeah. He is also great in Invincible, Ken. I feel like you get to hear him yell a lot, which is always fun. He's also a fantastic improviser. Got to see him in Chicago. That was a lot of fun.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like there's a lot of overlap with regular show with this show as well, at least in like the humor too. I also feel like, and again, we'll actually dive into the show in a second, but like this really reminds me of Over the Garden Wall. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because they're dressed up, but yeah, and because it's all fall
woods.
themed. I guess this is all summer themed.
Yeah. And like it's like just like magical, and like there's monsters, and but are they actually bad? Like are this pumpkin people bad? Like kind of, but not really. I don't know.
Yeah. That was, for this being the only episode that I have seen as well, there is a point where this like creature comes out, and that's where I kind of was questioning like, okay, yeah, how weird is this show going to go? Like, is it going to end up being like a Scooby-Doo thing where they take off the mask and it's like their neighbor or whatever? And then when you find out what it actually is, you're like, oh no, okay, this is a weird show. It's got like weird creatures and stuff. That's a fun turn.
CJ, do you want to give like a 30 seconds of like what happened in the episode for people who maybe haven't seen the episode?
I can try.
I mean,
this will be fun.
Tough without knowing names, really.
Yeah. I know Mabel, right? That's one of the kids. Voiced by
Mabel's the main girl.
Kristen Shaw.
Oh yeah. I mean that's my Kristen Shaw might be the greatest voice actor working in America today. She is
very recognizable.
Oh, yeah. She's amazing. She gets top billing for a reason. And then Dipper's her brother, the boy. Okay. And then those are the characters. I mean, you can just say like the crotchety old guy if you want. Those are the only two characters you really need to know. Wait, Ken, can I do the countdown?
Oh, please, yeah.
Okay, CJ, 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so it stars Mabel and Dipper. They're these two kids, and they're out for Summerween, and they want to get candy. But Dipper's like, oh, maybe I'm too old to get candy, so I don't really want to go. I want to go to a party instead. And Mabel's like, no, you got to do our matching costumes. And then there's a folktale of like, don't throw away bad candy or something like that. It's all this off-brand candy. And then you find out there's a monster made up of all this off-brand candy that comes and eats children. But it turns out in the end that he finds a kid that actually likes all the old candy, and it's a happy ending.
Time is up. That was good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did like one of the jokes I want to talk about with the off-brand candy. They obviously can't like use Hershey's or whatever. And it was like, oh, what is this? This tastes so bad. And one of the names of the chocolate bars was like Mr. Adequate Bar instead of Mr. Good Bar. It's like, that's a really good joke.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't know about you guys, but I also like Mr. Goodbar is the candy I shirked when I was a kid.
It's already not that good.
That's actually the bad candy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a misnomer.
Did you guys ever eat like wax lips? Like, what are those even
No.
edible? Is it literally wax? I have a lot of questions. I never ate them, so I don't know.
I just remember playing with them, like fake kissing, like people with them and like chasing them around, like grossing them out. But I remember like the very like waxy, filmy, like candly taste in my mouth. So they didn't taste good. I don't know if they were just wax, but I can tell you they didn't taste good.
Okay, at least 95% wax, maybe.
Yeah.
Can you eat wax? No, right?
They are flavored food grade paraffin wax.
Ew.
I love chewing on anything that's described as food grade.
Food grade, yeah.
It just reminds me, speaking of The Simpsons, of like Krusty brand gruel that they serve at like Camp Krusty. Like, it's just like, it's barely food.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
You
Sold
can
by
eat it.
Tootsie Roll. Wow.
Sold by Tootsie Roll. Oh,
Wow.
Wacko wax.
All right, so I have some questions about the episode because I have not seen any other episodes, but I, kind of gathered stuff based on context clues. But the main dude wanted to go to this Halloween party because this girl was going. Is like that his like crush?
Oh, he's big time crushing on Wendy.
Okay.
Big time.
Is she not like at least 10 years older than him though?
Well, it's the way they just draw teenagers versus preteens in the show. She's like 15,
Okay.
but like she's like tall and like grew like a weed, and like Dipper is like this 12-year-old, but like a lot of the show, again aimed at very younger audiences.
Yeah.
Is like like if you're 12 you're a baby, but like once you're a teen you're cool, and like that Dipper is just like trying all these magical ways throughout all these episodes to like get taller or like be cooler or be a man, and I think they are emotionally resonant as someone who was a young man or a itty bitty baby 12-year-old boy myself once upon a time. Yeah, I definitely see Dipper's anxieties in chasing after crushes and trying not to seem too much like a kid.
Does he feel like a little Dipper, but he wants to be a big Dipper?
There it is.
They must do something with that, right?
Speaking of recognizable voices too, unmistakable is Nikki Yang voices Candy, who is BMO from Adventure Time.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
I knew it, that voice instantly was like BMO.
And also, CJ, speaking of voices, the Wendy, the redheaded teenage girl Dipper is in love with, is voiced by none other than Linda Cardellini, Velma from the Scooby-Doo movies.
Well, that's who I was in love with when I was a preteen. So
perfect casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
The show was made for us when we were 12 years old, Ken.
Right. Yes. Whenever Freaks and Geeks came out.
So yeah, very, very much like preteen angst is a theme of the show, I would say, in addition to magicalness as well.
This show has like a ton of great people in it. Just looking at like people who have random voices and anywhere between like 3 to 12 episodes. This one in particular, Jennifer Coolidge, also in the show.
Yes, she plays.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, this is a good joke. Like, she plays a waitress with a lazy eye named Lazy Susan.
Yeah,
it's really it's great stuff. And yeah, like earlier in the season, like the third episode, there's they come across these wax figures who come to life, and like they're of famous people or figures. So like Sherlock Holmes is one of them. I think John Oliver voices him. But then there are like real life figures, like, and I don't know why they picked these two, but like Larry King and Coolio the rapper are the other two celebrity voices that episode. So I don't know what the rhyme or reason is exactly, but they get some damn good voice. They got some damn good voice guests for sure.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's jam packed with funny people. Jon Stewart, Jillian Bell,
Oh wow.
Stephen Root, Nick Offerman, J.K. Simmons,
Oh
Justin
my God,
Roiland,
yeah, oh my God, Stephen
T.J.
Root.
Miller,
Oh.
Will
J.K.
Forte.
Simmons.
So if I may ask a question to you guys, and maybe this is for later, but like, what do you guys think of Gravity Falls? Ken, you said you might want to watch more of it. What did you like about it?
I liked that. I looked it up and it looked like it was summer camp or something. And I just have a weird thing for summer camp shows. What was the other one that we watched with Carissa and Eric that was summer camp themed? Summer Camp Island, right? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, I don't know. I got a thing for that. Maybe just because I like Friday the 13th. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool. Obviously, this one was specifically Halloween themed. I'm sure they're not all, but it looked like did they cover like cryptids and stuff like that? Is that the kind of vibe, or is it just like random magical stuff?
Well, both. So like there's like everything from like gnomes to like kind of like Illuminati kind of conspiracies to time travel. They run the whole gamut. So but
Okay,
like
I'm
there's
sold.
like there's giant monsters and stuff too, like, and they do track down like their own version of like the Loch Ness monster. So cryptids for sure are part of it as well.
Nice.
Okay.
Ken, as I'm giving you this title, the resident Halloween expert, what do you think of Summerween as just an idea, as executed in the episode? Is it sacrilege to replace pumpkins with watermelons? Yeah,
No.
what's your take?
No, more spookiness, the better. I love carving a watermelon as a jack-o'-lantern. That's the best thing ever. Yeah, no, I think there's enough time in between when this takes place and when Halloween would come around. So, enough time to reset. Yeah. CJ, now, if this were a thing that was actually celebrated, how would you feel about it?
I'd be fine. I just don't want to have to dress up. It'd be hot too. Can you imagine? Like, I feel like people already get sweaty at Halloween parties. Can you imagine walking around in like 80-degree heat too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like the costumes Dipper and Mabel wear, because they all like they're twins, they always match. So they were like peanut butter and jelly, but like big, fucking wool costume looking things with peanut butter and jelly. Like, that doesn't look fun.
Drenched in sweat. So yeah, I feel like every costume is like, I'm guy at beach.
Yeah. Oh, just go as Ken from Barbie.
Yeah.
For summer.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be nice.
There we go.
Did you guys ever like with brothers or sisters or cousins, or even like now with significant others, like did you guys ever do like couples or like co-costumes, like peanut butter and jelly, or like any like what are some great ones from your guys' childhoods or adulthoods?
Only adulthoods for me. But Meg and I did Hooper and Shaw from Jaws.
I remember
Bailey
that.
dressed up as Jaws that one year.
That was
Yeah.
a good one.
Hooper.
Wow. We've done some other ones too. I can't remember what they're. Oh, we did Jughead and Veronica, I think, or Betty.
Nice.
Or no, she did. Oh,
Wait,
and then I was Ghostface, and then she was the person at the beginning of Scream that I can't remember her name.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Thank you. Riley, of course, would be able to get that. But yeah, done a couple. CJ, have you done any?
Only later in life. Yeah. Even I don't think my brother and I ever did matching costumes. But then, yeah, Emily and I think our first matching one was from Stranger Things.
I remember this one.
Yeah,
Right.
I was Dustin, and she was the girl whose name I can't remember from the show.
his summer camp love.
Yeah.
Who he talks to over the walkie-talkies and stuff, or the radio system. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
Man, summer camp is just a theme today. I love it.
Yeah.
Summer love.
How about you, Riley?
Also, only in adulthood. And my girlfriend Christina and I did Luke and Lorelai from Gilmore Girls a few years ago, and then we also did Arthur and Buster from Arthur as well, which were two big hits. I mean, that's easy. All I have to do is put on bunny ears, and and all she had to do was make an angry fist, and everyone knew who we were.
Nice.
That's good. Her name was Susie, by the way. I had to look it up.
Susie.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Dude, Dustin and Susie forever. Ah,
Yeah. I still have the hat, the same hat Dustin wears.
nice. That's actually kind of similar to Dipper's hat in the show, I'd say. It's like kind of trucker hat,
Yeah,
but
it's
like
trucker hat,
with yeah,
green and yellow.
yeah.
But no, I'm not a big fan of them. I don't like dressing up, and
No? You just want to be the ceiling fan where you just have a white shirt that says ceiling on it.
number one ceilings, baby. Let's go ceilings.
It's awesome that I can literally see a ceiling fan in the back. This is great for a podcast, but like your ceiling fan is like going
Yeah.
really fast, CJ. Like
Yeah,
It is.
gotta fix that. I don't think it's
That's probably what
quite
crashed
balanced.
my internet. It was too much bandwidth making sure I could see it.
Ken, didn't you want to like?
Yeah.
Isn't your dream to like run a camp?
Oh, yeah, Meg and I have a dream where I wanted to run a like an outdoor movie theater at a summer camp, and she would bake like themed treats for each movie.
that would
Nice.
be so cool.
Yeah, but that'll never happen.
So it's like
that'd be awesome.
it would be like a drive-in, but for like kids to like put up blankets and stuff like after swimming in the
Yeah.
lake all day. Oh, that sounds
Exactly. Yeah, we'd have like little fires and stuff going, and then up on a big screen we would show a movie, and then we would have a little stand where you could get whatever Meg's making for that movie.
Now, would you try like would it depend on the age demographics of the kids? Like, would you try to show Friday the 13th like every week?
We'd show whatever we want, and whoever comes can like it or not.
Hereditary for 12-year-olds.
Sleepaway camp, but for 8-year-olds.
I actually like. I know you mentioned Quint and Hoopa, but like Jaws would be like probably like the adequate amount of like scary for like a kids camp probably.
That'd be okay. Yeah, I actually know they someone shows Jaws, but you can like get an inner tube, and it's like shown out on a lake, and you like sit in an inner tube while you're watching Jaws.
Oh,
wow.
that's so cool.
That's pretty awesome.
I've seen like movies like at pools before, like those like bring out a screen and like you can watch a movie while sitting in the pool before, but it was not paired perfectly to theme like that. It was like The Cat in the Hat from like 2003, which is
Bummer.
which if you peed in the pool, that's approximately the equivalent of what's on the screen. So
Yeah, I have not seen that one. Was going to ask if that's a recommend or not, but I think I have my answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
by the way, this is such a tangent, but I was telling CJ before I flew to DC over 4th of July. Very short flight, but so like I knew I couldn't watch a whole movie on the American Airlines free movie app that they have, so I just threw on the first half of Jaws, and it was the greatest decision I ever made. Like
So
we
That
landed.
movie will never not hold up. It's so good.
We
Yeah.
landed when they set out to like out on the three guys set out on the ocean to go find the shark. So like I missed like the actually like the second half, like the climax, but like I got to see like the excellent like small island drama that Steven Spielberg makes for like the first half, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like this movie is just a stone cold classic no matter how you cut it. So
Incredible.
you guys just want to keep talking about Jaws for another half hour?
I do. So the Music Box of Horrors this year has only released a couple of movies that they're showing so far, but one of them is Jaws.
Oh,
Ooh.
And I wanted to see what you guys thought about that, because typically that's like around Halloween and they show horror movies, but they're showing Jaws, which is a horror movie, I guess, but it's not what I would typically think they would show there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because like it's set in the summer. I don't know. What do you
Yeah.
guys think about that?
you go first, CJ.
I think I've heard other people discuss this too, where I think, one of them was making the argument that it is a horror movie because there is like violence and people die and stuff. But I don't know. I definitely in my brain don't categorize it as a horror movie, but I guess it does have sort of a lot of the same aspects that a horror movie would have. So, but I don't
The
know.
guy getting eaten alive by a shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a perfect combination, right? Like it's the original summer blockbuster. It takes it takes place during the 4th of July, so those damn beaches stay open. and but it's also scary, like as a kid, like that, like I was so scared watching Jaws all the time. In which, like, looking back, it's like, I think the movie's like rated PG, so like it seems a little silly to call it like a horror movie, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it back full circle. I think that's the perfect Summerween movie.
Yes, it is the perfect Summerween movie. You're right. Yeah. You get your watermelon jack-o'-lanterns lit, and you put on Jaws. Yeah.
I would say really quick, the PG-13 rating didn't exist yet when Jaws came out.
Fair. No, it's fair.
That's
fair.
that's
PG
why.
or R?
Yeah,
Fair. It is definitely not an R-rated movie.
it's rated PG, which is insane to think about now. But that's because the rating system has evolved over time.
Yeah.
All right. I think we can't delay it any longer. You guys ready to do some trivia? Because it's time for...
Hey, did you know that?
Riley knows it. This is the trivia portion of our show where we pit our guests and CJ head-to-head to see who knows the most about what we watched. Riley, CJ, are you two ready?
So
Ready,
we've
Captain.
established I've only seen this one episode of the show.
And I'm on my second or third rewatch of the show.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. I would highly recommend Riley not answer immediately.
Okay.
Fine.
Just let CJ hang himself and yeah. All right. First question. True or false? A Gravity Falls movie is announced to be released in 2025.
False.
I hope it's true. I actually don't know this. I hope it's true.
Yeah. No, it's not true. It's false. See, CJ, you could win this.
All right, off to a good start.
I just made that up. I don't know. It seemed like something that could happen, but no, that's not real. There's not a whole lot of trivia for a show that I've only seen one episode for and that is animated. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, next question. True or false? Gravity Falls was canceled after 2 seasons.
I know that there have only been 2 seasons. I don't know if it was because they got canceled or they just stopped doing. I guess true.
Ooh.
Okay, Riley?
I actually, well, I'm gonna say true because there's only 2 seasons.
It's false. It was not canceled. Right, CJ was on the right lines of thinking, but the creator chose to end it after the 2nd season because he specifically said it was not canceled, that he chose to end it or wrap up the story then.
CJ should get a correct answer for that.
I mean, I'll take it.
Well, he
I
chose
said the
wrong,
wrong answer.
so I don't.
The right line of thinking.
Yeah, very generous of you. All right, next question. How many episodes are there, including the pilot of Gravity Falls? And this does not include shorts. There are a number of shorts, but this is just the normal episodes.
I have not watched anything Disney like show-wise in quite a while, so I don't know what their typical like episodic model is. But given that 2 seasons, I'll say maybe 10 episodes each, 20 total.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 24.
CJ, man, you're doing good. It's actually 21 because you got to think about the pilot,
Oh, nice. Okay.
which was separate.
Man.
But 21 pilot, there's something there, right? Yeah. Damn, CJ, this is promising. Might be able to do it. All right, next question. I'm not sure they specifically said this in the episode, but there seems to be a definitive answer online. On what date is Summerween celebrated in Gravity Falls?
Oh, I think they did mention it in the episode.
I think he held up a calendar, and then Dipper was like, do you carry a calendar with you wherever you go? And he's like, yeah.
I can't even remember what month was showing, though. So I'm going to take a random stab at a date and say, I know it's in June or July. It was a J. So I'm going to say June 17th.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the summer solstice, June 21st.
Okay, Riley is closer. June 22nd is the actual date.
Oh, wow.
I see. I do remember that calendar gag and it like being June and like about 3 weeks in, I was like, oh, it's about the solstice.
They showed the calendar, but there weren't any numbers on it. Like there was a date circled and it said June, but there weren't any numbers. So I'm not sure how they figured that out. But anyway.
Someone looked up when June started and the year the show came out. They calculated, they filled in the blanks on the calendar, and counted down.
I'm sure somebody
guess
has.
so. Yeah. So it's 2-1 then, is that right?
Correct.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This might be the final question. What is the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score in percentage for the entire series Gravity Falls? Closest without going over. For those who don't know, this is the critics score in Rotten Tomatoes. CJ, since you're in the lead, we'll let Riley go. No, you go first. You go first.
I was going to say, that's very nice to make Riley still go first. Oh, man, I have no idea. It's got a lot of good people in it. Interesting that he only, you don't hear about people sort of choosing to end the show after a couple seasons.
Yeah, it's a very noble choice.
But it didn't get canceled.
I do wonder if it he just said that, and maybe it was really canceled. But I don't know.
I just to have a small aside. So you guys questioned earlier if there's a big overarching plot to the show. There is like a greater mystery, and like at the end of the first season, something is revealed, and you're like, oh, shit's getting real. And then like the second season is like, shit is real, and it's like, oh, like we're heading toward like this very finite conclusion. Like it's about these kids during the summer at their uncle's place. Like the summer ends, they don't make the summer last forever. So
gotcha.
I would not be surprised if it really was like, this is our design. We want it to be two seasons. Like this is the story. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, but also like, things get canceled all the time, and like, right. And sometimes lower C canceled where it's like you're off the air, but like, we're going to be nice about it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Back
that
to
just
you,
makes me
CJ.
want to watch it
Sorry.
more. That sounds even more like Over the Garden Wall, right? Because that was a very finite story. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. All right.
Closest
you've had plenty of time
to right rules. I don't know.
Oh my god!
But I'm winning. That's why I'm winning for once. This is why I'm.
So you just want to bask in it while you're still winning.
Yeah, exactly. It could all go to shit after this.
This is my strategy to get you wrong-footed, CJ. To get
yeah, he made all of that up. I'll say 90 because I don't want to go too high.
Okay.
I love the show so much. I'm gonna go 91. I'm gonna go too high.
That's a safe bet.
Maybe.
Yep. Riley gets the point. It is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes currently.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls Hive. By
Rise
Hive,
up.
by Hive, I mean the critics who were paid to watch it.
Yeah. I wonder how many critics actually watch the whole series to be able to rate it like that. I don't know. I never totally understand how Rotten Tomatoes works. But the tiebreaker is, what is the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh.
And I'm going to need y'all to say your answers at the exact same time.
I was going to say, I can go first, to be fair. But
because we got a tiebreaker in. So, yeah, got to be fair.
Okay. All right. I got a number whenever you're ready, CJ.
Okay.
Audience. Okay.
Okay. On 1, 3, 2, 1.
94.
Ooh.
Okay. They were different. I was really scared they were
different
for a little bit there.
Riley, you said 94. CJ, you said 90?
Correct.
And this is just closest. The correct answer is 96%. Riley, you eked it out. Good job.
Dang. Maintaining that undefeated streak, I assume.
Sorry, CJ. I had to do it to you, man. I had to do it to you.
You let him have the first couple.
I had to do it to you. I had to do it to you on wild number guesses at the end.
Yeah. They always fool me.
Yeah.
No, nice job. Those are some good trivia questions. I was really hoping that the movie one was right.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think it's time for ratings then.
You've heard us debating. We know you've been waiting. So now it's time to hear our ratings.
Riley, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Gravity Falls for you? And then separately, what would you rate just the Summerween episode? Because that's the only thing that CJ and I can rate.
So Gravity Falls on the whole, I love the show. Like I said, I watched it in a very, specific time in my life, as an adult, but still very much in love with just like how funny and sweet it is, because like, you know, the sibling relationship at the center, you know, is really the rock on which it's based. And, you know, not having siblings myself, you know, always a little jealous of, you know, having someone who always has your back. So you know, that kind of, you know, this thing is just, you know, right up my alley. It's great, funny, creative, inventive, and clever television. Gravity Falls is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite animated shows of all time. And this episode, it might be one of my favorite episodes, just because like it is spooky. Like the I think the monster is called the Summerween Trickster, the one that's made out of old candy.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he's spooky. You know, he's like what's the name of the thing from Spirited Away? But he's kind of like that, you know, that thing. It's like the mask with like the kabuki mask, like the face on it. And yeah, he's like in a trench coat for half of it. He's like, ooh, it's creepy. But no, it's another just very funny show, very funny episode, and a very funny show. And I think, I'm not sure if Gravity Falls created the idea of Summerween, but just the visual the visual text that it creates about the holiday makes it feel very lived in, and makes me wish it existed more mainstream in our culture. And I don't know, guys, next June 22nd, you might be getting some invitations for a watermelon carving contest. I don't know. I want to celebrate this now. Like I really feel like it should be.
You're gonna fly us out to New York, and we're gonna celebrate.
Oh, Summerween is definitely something you got to do you got to celebrate in like a camp setting. I feel like you need to be in the boonies a little bit, or like in the suburbs, or like, you know, it has to feel like trick or treat, like Halloween kind of thing. I don't know.
All right, we'll put on Jaws. We'll carve some watermelon, and we'll do it up right.
Nice. Maybe hang out on a new deck that somebody's built painstakingly over the past few years.
Oh, a new deck. I think it's a new deck. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking?
Sorry, a new outdoor deck. A new outdoor deck.
Yes. Oh yeah. I think I might know a place where we could celebrate that. Yeah, I can think of one place. Yeah.
Oh, also, if I haven't said a number yet, 10 out of 10 for Summerween episode.
You do definitely.
Yeah, I love it. Okay.
CJ.
For me, yeah, I had a good time. This is a fun show. This is a nice, easy breezy watch. It's silly. You got some kids up to hijinks. There's some good jokes. I like being reunited with the voice actor that voices BMO. Love that voice. Just anything they say is like cute and adorable, just by nature. Yeah, it was some.
Was
good
that the
jokes
one that said Was that the one that said I'm traumatized?
No,
was that?
No, that was someone else. But that was a really good. Yeah, after being eaten by a scary creature, I'm traumatized. I'll give this 7.5. I think it's a fun show. I probably won't continue watching it just because I have a backlog of shows. Not disparaging the show at all. Just because, like I said, I'm on my regular show rewatch and Close Enough, so I gotta watch those. But it's good. It was fun.
Nice.
And for free on YouTube. Gotta love that.
What number did you say?
I gave it a 7.5.
7.5. Okay. All right. For me, for just this episode again, I haven't seen anything else. But you know, Summerween. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. You know, they thought of that. I'm not a big animated show guy, but you know, there's some that I do really like, and I feel like this could be one. Man, yeah, but I gotta just do just this episode because I haven't seen any others yet. I'm gonna do a conservative 9. I really liked it. I thought it was very funny. You know, a new spin on Halloween. I love it, and I'll probably upgrade that to a 10 once I fall in love with the show, which I feel like I'm going to. So, yeah,
yes.
That's where I stand.
Hell yeah,
nice.
No, good pick, Riley.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Well, Riley, thank you again for joining us. It was good catching up with you and chatting. Do you have
my pleasure, guys.
Any advice or anything you want to say at the end here?
Any words of wisdom?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No words of wisdom. Not from me. I know better than to give people bad advice. But no, I you know, just so the listeners know, I'm going to be moving soon, moving from Chicago to New York soon. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to say, man, I'm going to miss Chicago. I'm going to miss you guys, like living in the same state and metro area as you guys. It's been a great run. It's probably not going to be the only run, but no, I am excited to hopefully continue being a guest on the show just from the Eastern time zone.
For sure.
It's going to make
of course,
scheduling
this
so
will not
hard.
prevent
And you guys will see
the 1 hour time difference.
You guys will see just how much Brooklyn has changed me next time you see me.
I fully expect an accent.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm recording here.
Yankees hat, shitty beard, mustache combo, flannel shirt,
gold chain.
Just you. Oh my god! Just you guys wait.
Can't wait.
I'm excited.
But yeah, no. Thank you guys for having me. A pleasure as always.
Thank you again, CJ. What do we got?
You can follow us on all of the things at Overtalking Pod. Email us at overtalkingpod@gmail.com. Go to our website, overtalkingpod.party. You can type in the word Riley to find all of his previous episodes. Call or text the show at USACat1591.
Oh, no, they're here. The people who... Is it the Summerween tricksters? No, it's the Overtalking Overlords.
Tricksters.
Oh. They're here to remind you, if you like the show, please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and rate and review where applicable. Reviews are what help people find this podcast. Also, we spend no money in advertising, so if you like the show, please tell a friend and spread the word. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And you know what? If you want to buy some Magic Mind at magicmind.com/overtalking20, wouldn't be mad about it. That's it. Thank you.
And as we say at the end of every single episode,
pizza pie.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode of the Overtalking Podcast was produced by Ken and CJ, edited by CJ. This week's special guest was Riley. Music by Justin Peters, logo by Nate Richards. Check out Nate's work on Instagram at Nate Richards Designs.